Hello and welcome back to the World Model Podcast. In the West, the AI revolution has been a story of private enterprise, of startups in garages and tech giants in Silicon Valley. It's been a bottom up, often chaotic explosion of innovation. But there is another story unfolding, one that is orchestrated, state directed, and playing for the highest stakes. This is the story of China's calculated, systematic campaign to dominate the next frontier of intelligence world models. Today, we are going to analyze China's new generation artificial intelligence development plan. This isn't just a policy document, it is a blueprint for global technological supremacy by 2030. And at its heart, beyond the buzzwords, is a fundamental understanding of that whoever masters simulation masters reality. The plan is built on several pillars, but two are critical for our discussion: brain-inspired computing and intelligent simulation. Let's be clear what this means in practice. Brain-inspired computing is China's national level bet on neuromorphic hardware, chips that don't just calculate but simulate neural processes. This isn't just about raw processing power, it's about building the physical substrate for efficient world model planning, directly addressing the memory bottleneck we discussed in episode 10. While Western companies compete for Nvidia's H100s, China is funneling billions into institutions like the Beijing Academy of Artificial Intelligence and companies like Capricorn to build the next architecture, one designed not for training LLMs but for running simulations. This leads to the second pillar, intelligent simulation. This is where the top-down state-coordinated model creates a staggering advantage. The Chinese government isn't just funding research, it is the primary customer and data provider. Consider the project to create a digital twin of the entire Yangtze River Delta, one of the most densely populated and economically critical regions on Earth. This isn't a map, it is a living, breathing world model that incorporates real-time data on traffic, energy grids, pollution, population movement, and economic activity. The goal? To simulate the impact of policy decisions before they are made, to run a pandemic response simulation, to optimize logistics for a port that handles hundreds of billions in trade. This is a world model of unprecedented scale and fidelity, and it is a state-controlled asset. Now contrast this with the West's approach. In the US, a project of this scale and sensitivity would be mired in debates over privacy, corporate competition, and government overreach. In China, it is a national imperative. The same is true in the military domain. The People's Liberation Army is pioneering the use of AI wargaming on a scale we can scarcely imagine. They are not just simulating battlefield tactics, they are simulating entire theatres of conflict, incorporating economic, diplomatic, and informational warfare into a single integrated world model. They are stress testing strategies for Taiwan, for the South China Sea, in millions of parallel simulations, seeking optimal outcomes without firing a single real shot. This creates a fundamental asymmetry. The West has innovation, China has orchestration. A Silicon Valley startup might build a better world model for a specific game, but China is building a world model to run its society and guide its geopolitical strategy. My controversial take is this: the AI race is not a sprint between competing companies. It is a marathon between competing governance models. The decentralized market-driven model of the West is brilliant for generating disruptive ideas, but the centralized state capitalist model of China may be uniquely suited to deploying a technology as foundational and dual use as world models. They can marshal resources, mandate data sharing, and override ethical concerns in a way that democracies cannot. The risk is not that China will build a smarter chatbot. The risk is that they will achieve simulation advantage. The ability to model complex systems like global supply chains, financial markets, and military conflicts with such accuracy that their decision making becomes superhumanly effective. In such a world, the nation with the best model of reality holds all the cards. This is not science fiction. This is the explicit plan. The dragon is not just playing the game. It is meticulously rewriting the rules in a simulated sandbox of its own creation. The question for the West is not whether it can keep up, but whether its fragmented competitive model can coalesce around a response to a challenge of this magnitude. This has been the World Model Podcast. The landscape of power is being redrawn in lines of code and simulation. To understand the future, you must understand the models. Subscribe now.